Hey everyone, hi Steve, hi Danielle.
How you
Hey,
doing?
How you guys doing?
Good.
great.
Good. Hey, welcome everyone. This is what would have been day one of the Empire State Ride, 2020 Empire State Ride, evening of day one. That's where we're at. Normally we would be sitting in Yorktown Heights, kind of reflecting on the day. That's where we would be, but we're in a far different place. I never anticipated that this is where 2020 would lead us, but I can tell you, we were concerned initially about keeping momentum, keeping the spirit of the Empire State Ride alive, and you guys did not disappoint. I am absolutely blown away by the resilience of the Empire State Ride alumni, the new people that came on board and have come on board in 2020. It's just absolutely incredible. We've actually already gone around the earth. If you add up everyone's miles that have been recorded on Strava, we have gone around the earth more than twice, and that is a lot of miles, and it's just so encouraging, so incredibly inspiring. And hey, we're just getting started because we have 7 days to go, and it's going to be a great week. We have a lot of stuff planned for this week, and so welcome aboard the Empire State Ride 2020. This is exciting. So, Steve, what the heck have you been doing over the past 25 days?
I've been on my bike quite a bit, and I've seen a lot of people out on their bikes, which has been really fun to watch on the Strava group, and got a lot of miles in, and saw a lot of friends, mostly locally, on Long Island, getting ready for the big week that's ahead.
So, Danielle, how about you?
Same. I mean, just trying to get those miles in. It's amazing, even with the rides that we don't have planned to ride together, who we run into on the road. That's part of our ESR family and amazes me more and more every time. So same, just trying to get our miles in.
So, kind of a reflection on day one. Day one has always been a very for a lot of people that have never done the Empire State Ride before, it's nervous. There's a lot of nerves. They don't know what to expect. They don't know who they're going to ride with. Are they going to be able to keep up with people, et cetera, et cetera. And I think already this year, with the group rides that have been going on, we've had new people join local Empire State Ride teams, and the spirit of the Empire State Riders is shining through, that no one's left behind, everyone is included. You find a group that you can ride at the speed that you're comfortable with. We all take care of each other, and it's just really inspiring to see how that is even true with these virtual rides that have been going on. Any other thoughts, Danielle or Steve, that you have on kind of reflecting on day one of the Empire State Ride?
Well, I just have to say I'm blown away. I'm blown away by the fact that even despite all the hindrances of COVID-19, how people can just come together, and just struggle through it and support each other and get through what they need to do to, at the end of the day, fulfill the common mission, and that is to raise awareness and raise funds for cancer research. And it blows my mind.
Yeah, me too.
So I think you said it well, Terry. We had a shift a little bit this year. It certainly wasn't expected, and in many ways, day one is similar to past years because you still have those nerves. You're still getting together for the first time. On Long Island, we left from St. Francis Hospital, which is a Roswell affiliate here on Long Island, part of that Catholic Health Services network. A little anticipation for the 500 miles ahead for the week, a little nerves, seeing some friends for the first time. And it's certainly different because it's not, 300 of us together and taking that picture in front of Wagner College. But I think we're all connecting through the internet, we've all been doing this last few months, and the spirit of everybody's been overwhelming, I think, as we've all said. It's just, it's great to see everybody online and sharing and supporting each other up close and at great distance.
Yeah, so you mentioned St. Francis and collaboration, and a lot of people don't realize how incredible it is that the route for the Empire State Ride is really aligning with a network across the entire state, a network that Roswell's treatments, clinical trials are expanding to places along our whole route. So it's exciting looking, you know, towards the future of the Empire State Ride, that everywhere we go, we have an association with people in those communities. And it truly is an Empire State Ride for the entire Empire State benefits from it. And in fact, people around the world benefit from it.
I just, you know, we're on Long Island, and people ask me, you know, you're riding for a cancer hospital in Buffalo. I don't get it. And, you know, the Cancer Care Network really just, you know, solidifies the reason we're doing this. It's not just 8 hospitals on Long Island, but it's really across New York State, and bringing this cutting edge research and access to medications and treatments that just aren't available to these small hospitals that are, you know, New York State is such a huge place. And so it's inspiring to me to think about as we do the ride, that we're actually passing through all these markets and all the people that we're helping. And that's kind of the grounding that I keep, is that, you know, what this is really all about. It's unbelievable cycling adventure, but it's so much more about, you know, taking care of the people that need it. And it's paying it forward to my children and my children's children, that, you know, that we're changing the state of cancer research.
You're right. And on one other note, I just want to add that not just those sites along our route, but also sites affiliated with Roswell Park across the United States and some internationally. Our monies help support, you know, all of that research, helping patients all over the world. So that's huge. That's huge.
So Danielle, you work at Roswell. You do amazing work there. Can you kind of fill us in a little bit on your personal story and what this means to you and what you do?
So I continue to work alongside some of the most world-renowned and brilliant oncologists and surgeons, all of who practice in the area of research at Roswell Park. And, you know, it's such a privilege to see firsthand where our monies go in terms of what they're accomplishing. We have patients all across, like I mentioned before, all across the United States living longer lives who otherwise would have passed probably with early diagnosis of cancer. And we have patients that prove to be in remission, utilizing some of the latest immunotherapies that our research has gotten us this far with. There's a lot of different areas of specialty where this has been proven. And, you know, it's just important to stay focused on the fact that these patients are they're thriving, and we're making huge strides in the areas of research and oncology. And it's just so important that we just keep riding and we keep raising the monies.
You know, one thing that really gets me is we talk about clinical trials. You're on the front end of so much promising stuff that's going on, promising solutions. And clinical trials aren't funded by insurance companies. They won't fund them because they're not proven. And I think just the funds that we raise is the source. It's the source to help pay for these clinical trials. And there are literally people lined up, like waiting and praying that they're able to get a clinical trial. And these funds that our Empire State Riders are raising through the amazing donors that they have are really enabling that, and it's just really critical.
I also think it's important to note, though, Terry, that while we're also helping patients, we're helping all of the doctors involved in the research as well, because not only have to be focused on their patients during clinic hours and their surgeries, wherever those might be scheduled, but they have to really raise their own funds and seek the funding to provide what they need to do in order to finish their research. And these assets that we bring in just make their lives a little easier in that respect. We're helping them out as well.
Yeah, and I think just one other thing that I've come to realize is these doctors are treating patients during the day and developing solutions at night. It's mind-boggling how hard they really do work, and the results that they produce. Some of them, just almost literally working around the clock. It's incredible. So I know they are very inspired and thankful when they hear stories of people doing the efforts like our riders are doing as well. I think we all feed off of each other. They inspire me, the doctors and researchers for sure, but I know our riders inspire them. And Steve, any insight as to what's coming up later in the week in that regard? With the researchers coming on board, or
yeah, so Dr. Kelvin Lee is going to be a guest later this week. He's one of the people who can really speak to the international impact that Empire State Ride has, and we're going to hear from him later this week, and that should be really exciting to see. You talked about results earlier, Terry. And for me, the thing that really brings it to life is that we've been lucky enough to meet survivors on the Empire State Ride who are literally here because of the type of research we funded. And that's the thing that really impacts me, is seeing the faces on the people that are literally grateful for what we've been able to do and have met us at the finish line, or have told their stories through social media. And the great production team at Roswell shared some of their, the videos of them. And it's just, that's really gratifying for me to see people that are literally here today because of what we're doing.
And I have to say, as a breast cancer survivor myself, I'm just so humbled and so proud to see, more and more patients winning their battles and living longer and healthier lives, and being able to do something like the Empire State Ride. I mean, when you take into consideration how many survivors are actually riding those miles every day, it's amazing. It's amazing to know where research has taken us.
So 12 years ago for me, I had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and so 20 years ago they were doing research that came up with the drugs that would make me better, and so we're doing that today and paying it forward and helping future generations, and I'm grateful for that too.
So are we. Grateful for you and Danielle. I didn't mention earlier that I just can't thank you guys enough for agreeing to be co-chairs for the Empire State Ride. Amazing teammates, and really looking forward to the future of where we're headed with this event. You talked about patience. I would like to just tell people about our blog on the Empire State Ride site. There's a story about, his name is Jerry. There's a blog about Jerry, one of the survivors that's a benefit of a vaccine called Simivax that Dr. Lee was really strong. He was really behind it, and it's a vaccine that came from Cuba. And Dr. Lee's story is absolutely incredible. So if you check out our blog, but also PBS did a great special on the work that Roswell did in collaborating with Cuba. So again, when we talk about Roswell's impact, locally, statewide, nationwide, and in fact worldwide, it's an amazing organization. And I think the Empire State Ride family, now we've had hundreds of people that have done the Empire State Ride from literally all over the world. And you all are extremely just inspiring. You inspire us, inspire me for sure, and I know we inspire each other. So this week, I just want to say that let's keep it going, and we've got some momentum going. We're doing phenomenal this year, and next year, Empire State Ride 2021 is going to launch off of this year. It's going to be phenomenal. But let's focus on the next 7 days. Let's crank it up. And I can't wait to look at the recap of everything that we've accomplished with Empire State Ride 2020. Bless you all. Thank you so much. And we'll see you in a couple days.
Be safe out there.
Be safe out there. We'll see you on the road.